watching a video on Easter because it is Easter. Technically, it's not because it's very late now. It is 1:17, so it is Monday, April 21. But this is still the Easter stream because I started on Easter, and yeah, I just got to this pretty late. But yeah, since it's Easter, I'm just gonna say, since it's Easter, I just want to watch this vid on the history of Easter. So yeah, let's check it out. I just felt, history of Easter. Let's check it out. How did this holiday become to
be? Easter, the holiest day of the Christian calendar, a celebration of Jesus Christ's resurrection from the dead. So what does this miracle have to do with a bunny delivering painted eggs? The answer lies in 100 generations of rituals and customs. According to the Gospels of the New Testament, Jesus Christ and his apostles entered Jerusalem to observe Passover, the Jewish holy season that celebrates the Hebrews' release from slavery. After the Passover supper, Jesus was arrested, and on what is now called Good Friday, he was crucified.
Okay.
2 days later, he rose from the dead. Those of Jewish origin were the first to celebrate the resurrection, likely as a new facet of...
Okay, so Easter is, based on the events in the Bible with Jesus. But yeah. And, of course, throughout the years, they always do traditions. But yeah, how do those traditions become the Easter Bunny? I know the Easter, and Christmas as well, and there's other holidays and all that stuff. A few holidays based on when you go back down the line on stuff in the Bible. But yeah, I feel like as time goes by and where we are now, lots of it is obviously this is the roots of Easter, but lots of it is just money, bro. It's all money. Making holidays, money. All these holidays, Halloween, all these holidays, bro. It's just money season, Easter eggs, especially Christmas. Money.
Of the Passover festival. In fact, the Easter celebration was called Pascha. It's derived from the word Pesach, the Jewish translation for Passover. Originally, Easter was celebrated 2 days after Passover, so it fell on any day of the week. But Easter Wednesday just didn't feel right. In 325 AD, Roman Emperor Constantine and the Council of Nicaea ruled that Easter must fall only on a Sunday, the day when Christ rose. Easter Sunday would be the first Sunday to follow the full moon after the spring equinox. It could occur anywhere between March 22nd and April 25th. Around this same time, Christians began one of the first recorded rituals of the modern Easter celebration, the lighting of the Paschal candle, its flame a reminder of Christ's resurrection, light out of darkness. As Christianity spread throughout Europe, different pagan customs blended into the holidays. In fact, the actual word Easter may have come from Estra, the goddess of spring and fertility, which brings us to the Easter egg. Eggs have...
Estra, the god of... what is it called?
Which brings us to the spring and fertility, goddess of spring and fertility, which brings us to the Easter egg.
So does that have to do with Christianity? Goddess? Or is that Greek or something? No, that doesn't have to do.
Easter may have come from Estra, the goddess of spring and fertility, which brings us to the Easter egg.
Okay, so that would have had to do with Greek mythology and all that, because yeah, that has nothing to do with the Bible, because the Bible only has one God. It's not multiple. So okay.
Eggs have been a mythological symbol of birth for thousands of years.
What came first, chicken or the egg?
Christians adopted the egg as an Easter custom sometime around the 13th century. The yolk inside a shell represented Christ's emergence from the tomb. Eggs were painted red to represent the blood Christ shed on the cross.
Okay, so it's all symbolism.
The colorful Easter egg soon hatched its own traditions. A popular one was egg rolling. In 1876, Congress prohibited kids from playing on the Capitol grounds. So, President Rutherford B. Hayes opened the White House lawn to the little rollers. After that, the White House Easter...
Now, W. Rutherford. So that giant grass thing, they didn't want no kids there, so they're like, oh yeah, just go in the front of the White House, roll your eggs there, kids. He's chill.
Congress prohibited kids from playing on the Capitol grounds.
The Capitol ground. they're so lame. Like, they got all that grass there, and there's some kids that want to play, and they're like, "Oh, you're not allowed to." So the whole president was like, "Nah, just do it on the front lawn of the White House." He's a G.
So, President Rutherford B. Hayes opened the White House lawn
President Rutherford B. Hayes is a G for this. Just do it on the White House lawn.
to the Little Rollers. After that, the White House Easter egg roll became a tradition. So when did that Easter bunny hop into the scene? The fertile rabbit had long been a symbol of new life in European pagan celebrations. Beginning around the 16th century, parents told children that if they behaved, on the eve of Easter, the Osterhaus would come and lay colorful eggs.
Osterhaus.
Children built nests in their homes to entice the rabbit to visit. And so began the customs of the Easter egg hunt and the Easter basket.
Watching the history of how Easter became the holiday it is today. So yeah, all the way from, you know, Jesus' death and resurrection, and then we got to like the earliest, what's it called? Like, not ceremonies, but something like that. Then we got to eggs, and now we're here.
To help fill out the
Almost present day. The whole journey in this little vid. This is a good
visit.
History channel.
And so began the customs of the Easter egg hunt and the Easter basket. To help fill out those baskets, 19th century European chocolatiers began making egg-shaped chocolates. The sweet trend quickly spread throughout the world. Today, billions of dollars are spent each year on Easter candy.
Damn.
Easter. It's
That's
a
a lot of
joyful day
chocolate.
when Christians celebrate the resurrection. For 2,000 years, customs have been added, some spiritual and some fun. But Easter is also the time for families to gather and welcome spring, when new life emerges after the dead of winter.
Opposite here in Australia, opposite in the southern hemisphere. Nah, WVid. Dang. I wish they'd talk a bit more about pagan traditions incorporated into the holiday. Long live Easter, interesting. Dang, what the heck? Did this channel do something, or how does this have over 250,000 views and there's only 5 comments? They had to, you know, they must have just limited the comments. Is this what it means? No, they would have limited the comments. This is like impossible that this would actually happen. No, there's no way. They must have limited it. But yeah, I like this vid. Great vid, you know. Or, you know, the beginning of it, you know, death of Jesus Christ on the cross, his resurrection. Then it got to some pagan traditions at the start. You know, then they incorporated eggs to symbolize Jesus. What's it called? Resurrecting with the yolk and painting it red for, you know, his blood. And then it got to here in, what's it called? America and other countries.
Tomb. Eggs were painted red to represent the blood Christ shed.
Yeah.
In 1876,
And then it got to Congress in the US, and yeah, bro, let them roll eggs on the White House lawn because they weren't allowed on the hill. He's a G though.
Congress prohibited kids from playing on the Capitol grounds. So, President Rutherford B. Hayes opened the White House lawn to the
He's such a G. They're like, oh yeah, all this land, we don't want kids here. So, President, he made the boss call. Yep, just open the gates, let the kids play on the lawn. I don't care. Just. Oh, but they might rape the lawn. No, that's an order, soldier. And then kids, you know, just do it on the White House lawn.
The Little Rollers. After that,
And then, eventually, European chocolatiers started making the chocolates, and then, yeah, here we are now. Billions of dollars spent every year on Easter chocolate. So that is the history of Easter. Only teachers watches these vids. No, this is a good vid though. Good vid. Bit educational on Easter. Technically, it's not Easter, but I stayed up very late. It is 1:28 a.m. for me right now, April 21st. So yeah, this is still the Easter stream, but it's just a bit over. But yeah, bro, the history of Easter. I finally know. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know if you like Easter eggs. And yeah, thank you for watching.